Brad, your thoughts on seeing Jake Leanovich get an invite from Team USA?
Yeah, we're happy for him. Obviously, he's done a lot to put a body of work together to earn that opportunity, and he's playing a very influential role for our group here as a freshman defenseman. So, love the way he's playing. Obviously, he's brings a high brand of consistency to his game and our game here at North Dakota, and now he's on the next step of trying to solidify himself out of 10 defensemen, making one of 7 spots on that team. So. A lot of work to do here this weekend before he leaves us, but very happy for him.
What have your impressions been of CC watching them?
Hard-working team. They deserve better against Arizona State. Just looking at the analytics, but I think most importantly, watching the video of it, yeah, they're a hard team to play against. They're very good defensively. They make you have to earn every inch of the ice. They've got some very, very good players. That top line is clicking, and their back end moves pucks, and they defend well, and they have a really good goaltender as well. So it should be a really competitive weekend. Obviously, we know what's in front of us here, having the last 2 games of the regular season of the first half coming to a conclusion here, and we'll be ready for it.
What have your thoughts been on Dane Montgomery when he's had some ice time this season?
Yeah, you know what? He's did everything we've asked him to do, and that's tough. At the end of the day, the role that he plays for us is a tough role to come to the rink every day and work, put on your hard hat and work, and give as much opportunity and do the right things every single day. And scored a big goal for us last time we were in this building. And then whatever he's asked, whether it's a lot of shifts or a few shifts, he brings it all the time. And in order to have really good teams, you have to have depth, and you have to have really good team first players that know and accept their role. And love that he's on our bench, and love that he's a bit part of our program here. And he's worked hard over his time here at North Dakota to earn that opportunity.
What do you want to see this weekend, last one before break here?
Yeah, foot on the gas, absolutely. And, everybody says, well, you come off of a big weekend in Denver and you did reasonably well, and, first in this, first in that. Again, that's all peripheral stuff for us right now. Yeah, it's an honor, but at the end of the day, we're midway point in the season, and we still have another half a season to go. And, the ultimate compliment you get as a team is you're a consistently good team every game. We want to battle, and we want to fight to be a good, consistent team every night. And we're playing for a lot. We're playing to keep pushing in the standings in the NCHC to where we want to be, and the national tournament as far as the pairwise standings too. So there's a lot to play for this weekend, and we got a really good team coming in here that's going to be hungry, and we want to make sure that we have our foot on the gas.
Carson Albrecht's status for this weekend?
He's unavailable again. So obviously he hasn't played the last couple of weekends. We get a break here for a couple of weeks, and we're hoping he'll be ready after the break.
This isn't the same CC team that people even know from 5 years ago. How has that program, do you think, developed?
Yeah, I think just the structure, in their game, their play away from the puck. They play hard to try to get the puck back, and they do have some really good offensive players, and they play with pace. They play with a lot of speed and pace, and again, it's one of those things where just watching the Arizona State game, they controlled the play for most of the 2 games, and again, we know that we have to make sure that we match or exceed that level to have success here. And again, we want to play to our identity. We're respectful of other teams, whether it's Denver, Minnesota, Boston University, Colorado College. We're respectful of the way they play, but we have to play to our identity of what gives us success as well.
The results are starting to show on your power play in terms of connecting the last few games. What do you attribute that to?
Yeah, just probably simplifying things. Having a shot first mentality. Guys just doing the little things. The puck retrieval side of it. When you don't score and there's a puck laying there, there's a 50-50 puck battle. We're willing to go get it, and we're willing to get numbers around it to get it back. And I think just keeping plays alive in the offensive zone is a big deal. And then finally we've got some guys that are starting to finish some plays. So yeah, shot first mentality and a compete level of keeping pucks alive.
Talk about guys kind of finishing shots. Cameron Berg, one of them. We've preached how he is on the faceoffs, but how has his offense started to come together?
Yeah, again, really good. 5-on-5. I think that line has some chemistry with Berg, Johannes, and Perron. They've been playing consistently well over the last few weeks here, and part of that is not only offensively putting pucks in the net, but defensively as well. And and then obviously with Cam, getting on a flank and having an opportunity to use his shot, which is very lethal, that's a big deal too. So yeah, really happy with that. But at the end of the day, just got to keep pushing.
As you reach the midway point of the season, is this where you thought your team would be?
Well, we always have high expectations here, and anytime that you bring in 14 new players, you don't know how it's going to go. And we've had a history 2 years ago of doing the same thing with a lot of new players. I think it's a testament to the leadership in the locker room, the high skill level players, and the guys that compete ultra hard every day. So I guess I'm not surprised because we do have high expectations. But I think the really biggest thing is the leadership in our locker room, and we all know in the second half of the season the leadership takes over as far as driving the bus, and that's what we want to strive to get to.
You mentioned building towards the national tournament, being number one in the pairwise, being in that slot right now. How nice would it be to go into the second half of the season with that number one spot?
Well, again, we talk about keeping our foot on the gas. That's what we want to do. We've earned an opportunity to get to where we are right now, but there's no guarantees that you stay there unless you bring it every night. And part of that is having a great week of practice. I thought we've had a really good couple of days here. We still have another good practice tomorrow, but having momentum in your practices that give you a chance to have that on the weekend. And again, we're a very competitive group here. We want to stay where we're at, and we want to make sure that we stay at the top.
We see pairs of brothers going up against each other all the time in college hockey, and that's the case for the Montgomerys this weekend. Have you seen another level of excitement from Dane going into this weekend, or what have you kind of observed so far?
Yeah, for sure. He's really excited about it, but that's a competitive family too. There's a lot of pride there, and they obviously love each other. Those two guys grew up together and they're a tight family. But I think once a puck drops, it's for keeps, and I know that he's looking forward to playing against his brother here. And I don't think you could have a prouder moment than his parents being in the stands here, and they're going to have a tough time choosing who to cheer for. I'm sure they're going to cheer for both of them. But at the end of the day, I admire the family. I admire what they are as a group. But for Dane, I know he's excited. But when the puck drops, he's playing for keeps.